The surge of COVID-19 cases across Texas has now made its way inside the governor's mansion.
Tonight, Governor Greg Abbott confirmed he has tested positive.
And we have team coverage tonight, including KXAN investigators looking into the protocols at one of the governor's very recent public events. First, however, our Tahara Rahman spoke to an infectious disease specialist about the governor's recent movements, and she's joining us live from the governor's mansion tonight. Tahara?
Britt, Robert, this is where the governor's team says he'll be isolating as well as continuing to test daily for COVID-19. Now, I spoke with an infectious disease specialist at Texas State University who says that patients with the Delta variant are infectious earlier than they were with the original strain. He says Delta, which is now the dominant strain here in the United States, means we are likely still infectious 48 hours or more before actually testing positive.
As you may have heard by now, I have tested positive for COVID-19.
In a video message posted to social media, Governor Greg Abbott told constituents he tests for COVID-19 daily, coming back negative until today.
I have received the COVID-19 vaccine, and that may be one reason why I'm really not feeling any symptoms right now.
Monday, he spoke in front of a crowd in Collin County, north of Dallas. You can see people aren't wearing masks inside, despite the CDC recommendation to do so. Tuesday, the governor took these pictures with musician Jimmy Vaughn. Vaughn said he and his family have tested negative and they wish the governor a speedy recovery. I asked an infectious disease specialist with the Texas Medical Association if it's possible for someone to be infectious before testing positive.
That's correct, because it's possible that you could have had some virus there, but it just wasn't detected yet.
Abbott's office says he's receiving Regeneron's monoclonal antibody treatment. TMA said that's normally given to people who show symptoms, but the FDA recently changed that.
The latest authorization for these monoclonals, a newer authorization, is that it can even be administered when someone at risk is exposed to the virus.
Now, it's important to note that while the FDA has approved emergency use for Regeneron for patients who are at risk and exposed to COVID, as well as patients who show early symptoms of COVID, they still say it is no substitute for getting the vaccine itself. Now, Abbott's team also says that he will remain engaged in governing the state while staying here at the mansion. They say he's in constant communication with his staff members, agency heads, as well as other government officials. Britt, Robert, back to you.
Tahara, thanks. Well, just 2 weeks ago, the Food and Drug Administration authorized the Regeneron monoclonal antibody treatment for millions of Americans. The authorization is specifically for those patients at high risk for progressing to severe COVID-19. You must get it early to those with mild or moderate cases of COVID before it gets worse. This includes those old enough who are not fully vaccinated or those who are immunocompromised. This is the only injectable COVID antibody treatment for someone after they've been exposed. The Austin Infusion Center is at the Travis County Expo Center. It is one of 9 announced locations in Texas that were announced last week. And Lubbock's Infusion Center has actually remained open for several months. More sites than these could be added as they are needed. Less than 24 hours before testing positive, the governor attended a packed event outside of Dallas, which we showed you, where no one was wearing masks.
KXAN investigator Matt Grant is now joining us live from the newsroom with this piece of the story. Matt?
Well, good evening. The governor attended a meeting of the Republican Club at Heritage Ranch, which is a 55 and older community. And despite hundreds of people in attendance, our investigative team found there were likely no COVID-19 protocols in place. Video shared by the campaign and photos shared on social media by the governor's office showed the jam-packed room. You can see it right here with little social distancing as people shook hands and snapped selfies with the governor. 2 people confirmed to us who were there that they were not asked to show a negative COVID test or to wear a mask to enter. Our investigative team spoke with someone who was at the event yesterday and whose wife right there took photos with the governor. He says today they're not too worried.
We've both been vaccinated and we're pretty healthy. I just had a physical at my doctor's office, and because we're pretty healthy, we weren't too concerned about it at all. And we're not really all that concerned about it now. I happen to have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I'll be checking with the doctor.
He tells us this was a closed event with more than 330 people, including members of that GOP club and people who bought tickets to be there. But again, there were no masks, no temperature checks, and no other steps taken to prevent the spread of the virus that we've heard from attendees so far. Of course, we now know that the governor tested positive today. We have a team of investigators working on several angles of the story, and we'll let you know as soon as we learn more. Back to you.